guys, it's Sam here, and Nottingham Forest are in the Premier League. They're promoted, they won the playoff final today. The game finished probably about an hour ago, I would say. Maybe just over an hour, maybe just under an hour, I'm not actually too sure. But they're promoted after 23 years. Having stints in League One, coming close on occasions, just could never get to Wembley. And they got to Wembley, and for the first time there since '92, I think it is. They've won. They won 1-0. It was an own goal, but I really don't think they're bothered. The most important thing is they're back in the Premiership, and they can celebrate. They'll have tonight. You know, they'll go away for the holidays now. They'll be lying on a beach, sunbathing, enjoying it. But this club now has a massive responsibility to get the likes of Jed Spence and James Garner tied up. They need to be made permanent, and they need to go ham in the transfer window, because the Premiership is very tough. We've seen it before. Teams dominate the Championship like Norwich, the Fulhams, but when it comes to the Premier League, they go straight back down because their recruitment is awful. Either they spend way too much on too many iffy players and it doesn't work out, and it ends up becoming a lot of money blown and they still get relegated, or they literally don't buy anyone and just think they can go with the Championship squad and go down. Forest cannot do that. If they want to be a Premier League club for many years, they can't think that they've done so well that this squad can go. Yes, you can keep the squad, but you have to add. It's what Wolves did when they got promoted. They had a decent squad, but they added. They bought in Rui Patricio, they bought in João Moutinho, they bought in Jimenez. You know, they made sure that they added quality to an already good squad so that they would stay in, and Wolves haven't looked like getting relegated since they've come up. You know, Brentford have done brilliantly. They stayed up, they recruited very well. You know, it's good, but people are just like, well, calm down, they've only just got promoted. But this is what you have to be thinking. This is what the owner needs to be thinking, the manager. Yes, you're going to go away on your holiday, but you have to make sure that if you want to be a Premier League club for many, many years, you have to recruit, and they have to recruit well. And I think they know that, and I think they will. I think they will have the recruitment on lock. I'm sure they've already got a lot of players in mind they want to get in. That shortlist is going to get a lot bigger during this summer. And they're a very rich club. Forest have a lot of money, and they will be able to spend a lot more than they have been able to in the Championship. So that bodes well for them. But they have to spend it in the right places, on the right players. Now look at Liverpool. Liverpool don't spend a lot, but their recruitment has been so good. Like, no one has recruited better than Liverpool. And we don't spend a lot, and a lot of people sort of question that. Not even within the Liverpool circle. A lot of rival fans sort of laugh at us that we don't spend, and go, you know, or, you know, they go, you've just finished wherever you've just won something and you don't challenge, or you were so far off the title and you only buy one player that's a centre back, we end up taking the title to the final day. It's not about spending money, it's about spending it in the right areas and players that fit the squad. That's what Jurgen Klopp's done, and that has been brilliant. Forest, I would like Forest to do the same so that they can stay in the Premier League. It's not just a one stint and back down, because despite the fact Norwich and Fulham seem to keep going up and down, it is extremely hard once you go down to come back up. You only have to look at Leeds United. You only have to look at the last time Forest were in the Premier League and relegated. It's taken them 23 years to get back to that place. They don't want to make it another 23. They want to be able to stay in the division. They're 2 times champions of Europe. They've won the old First Division. This is a big club in England. It's a big club in Europe. It has fans all over the world. And it has been far too long since they've been in the top flight, and they do not want to mess this up. You have to get it right. And ultimately, it's going to be very important. It's going to be very good to see what they do, who they bring. The fact that they're now in the Premier League, they can go for the big boys. Not saying the likes of, I'm not playing top echelon. I'm not expecting them to go and sign Sadio Mane. But you can attract some quite big players. It's proven. Wolves were in the Championship when they bought Ruben Neves, and he was linked with Liverpool, United, the Arsenals, you name it, he was linked. They go up, they buy a very good goalkeeper, they buy an experienced midfielder, they buy a very good striker. They keep doing it as well. And Brentford, they were in the Premier League, they were able to sign Christian Eriksen. The list goes on. A lot of clubs that have been promoted are able to buy some very, very big, good players. And that's what they need. But they can have the celebration. They'll celebrate now. And within the next few weeks, I expect them to start making preparations for next season. And I expect the list to start rolling in, and bids to be made, signings to be made. I think a lot of Forest fans would like the first 2 probably to be Jed Spence and James Garner. Keenan Davis possibly. I'm sure they would love to get everyone they had on loan permanent, but you've got to be realistic in that probably isn't going to happen. Maybe you could get them on loan again, but you need to look also elsewhere. You can really appreciate what they've done. They've got you in this position. They'll always have that. Are they good enough for the Prem? Keenan Davis has been around Villa for a few years, and he's had a few games in the Premier League. He's still young, so he could still grow into that, and maybe it will help him if he does move to Forest permanently, that maybe he could become a good Premier League striker. But they'll need more, and I'm sure they will. But it's great to see them back. I can't wait to entertain. Is entertain the right word? Well, I can't wait to see them at Anfield. Go back to the City Ground. They gave us a hell of a game in the FA Cup when we went there. They beat Arsenal and Leicester there as well. So they'll be a tricky team. They will be a very, very difficult team. Well organised. Very hard to beat. They didn't lose many games under Steve Cooper. So I expect them to still have that same mentality. they'll go in full of confidence, and why not? You know, they've been excellent, and I think that it is going to be a very happy season for Forest. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Those medical pills are push me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These ethanol fumes won't make me sober.